Hi there, my name is Felix Beck, and new Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring that little bell so you're notified when new videos drop. And I have been watching The Mandalorian, and I have been loving watching The Mandalorian. You know why I've been loving watching The Mandalorian? Because it's freaking awesome. It is freaking awesome. I will say anybody else out there who wants to make a TV show or movie that people like to watch, it's really simple. It's really simple. Here's the equation you need to get in your head. Make it freaking awesome. Make it freaking awesome, and then we will want to watch it. We won't bitch about it, and we will give you money to do it. It's a really simple equation. Look, listen. Hollywood and the audience sort of had this understanding. It's been going on about 100 years. Last 5-10 years ago, they kind of lost the plot. But now, you have an example of what to want to make it like the Mandalorian, make it freaking awesome, and everyone's freaking happy. So there you go. So we're going to do a review of this episode, and I'm so excited to do the review because it really was, as I may have mentioned, freaking awesome. Absolutely freaking awesome. Before we get there, though, can I ask you guys, can you hit the like button? That would be great. By the way, spoiler alert for the review. I like this week. Before we get there, can I ask you guys, can you hit the like button? That would be great. Can you hit the share button? That would be fantastic, double dozy. But can you hit that subscribe button? I'm getting close to 2,000 subscribers, and I'm like, I'm quite excited. I'll be honest, I'm quite excited. Now, this is until YouTube notices that I'm getting close, then they'll just whip off another like 10, 20, 30, 40 subscribers off me, because, that's what YouTube does. So if you're subscribed, can you make sure you're still subscribed? That's also. But if you're not subscribed, if you consider hitting that subscribe button, that'd be very, very nice. If you do subscribe, you can enter my weekly competitions. The prize this week is full of festive cheer, which I like a bit of festive cheer. If you're new to my channel, you should know this about me. I love Christmas. I absolutely love Christmas. But I'm a rabbi, and I live in like an ultra-Orthodox community in Samaria. It doesn't really go down well. In my neck of the woods, but I love Christmas. So a bit nice Christmassy prize this week is Ghostbusters. Who are you gonna call? All you need to do to win this Blu-ray. It's a Blu-ray. It's got tons of extras. It's Ghostbusters. What more do you need to know? Got tons of extras on it. All you need to do to win it is subscribe to the channel. Subscribe, and in the comments leave the hashtag. Who are you gonna call? Because indeed, who are you gonna call? One last thing before we get into the review. If you like things that are freaking awesome, like I do like things that are freaking awesome. You might want to consider adding your email list to this sign up list I got for my Indiegogo campaign. I'm probably launching it. I want to launch it next week or so. I think it's for these two graphic novels over here. I might mention they're freaking awesome, much like the Mandalorian, freaking awesome. If you add your email address to the sign up, then with any purchase you get one of these four very tasteful, I would say very tasteful art cards. There is a package where you get both. We get them all for free anyway. If you do that, then if you added your email address to the email list, you get a fifth. We're going to do a fifth chaser card. Almost certainly Deanna Troy. Deanna Troy. I'm leaning towards a Riser Knights Deanna Troy rather than a suggestive Enterprise bridge pose. But you let me know in the comments what floats your boat. Quite literally, because that's really what's behind it. Anyway, so click the link. It's in the video notes, and just go add your email list. That'll be dabby double dozy. Thank you very much. Fine, so let's talk about Mandalorian, which again, I'm not sure if I went over this, but freaking awesome. So okay, starts off, we get the recap, and this show remains the absolute reverse mirror image of Star Trek Discovery. As when we get a recap from Discovery, I go, oh god, this is why you reminded me of all this awful stuff that you do. Like what? But we get the recap for Mandalorian, and I go, well, that's freaking awesome. I do. So we see a bunch of stuff in the recap. We see, the sharpshooter from the first, a whole bunch of stuff. We're going to see it more in the episode. Part of the recap, though, gave me clarity on something that I wasn't overly happy with, which I couldn't work out why. Last week we saw Rosario Dawson take on Ahsoka Tano, a character who, honestly, when I think about it, I'm not that connected to. Although I have seen all of Clone Wars, but I was really excited to see her come into live action. And for me, I was disappointed because it didn't work like 100%. And so I was watching the recap, and firstly, okay, my first thought is I love that Beskar still is resistant to lightsabers. That is so freaking cool, freaking awesome. But I also worked out what my problem was with Rosario Dawson's take on the character was, and that was her body language was wrong. It just didn't. No, it wasn't wrong. It was her take on a character rather than the original take on it. So I felt her movements were wrong. And yeah, I know she's way older than when she was in Clone Wars. I understand that, and there's lots of plausible reasons why it is. But again, it just my brain didn't really buy it, which is a problem. And I think comparing it to was it Katie Sackle from like 2 or 3 weeks ago what's her name, Bo-Katan. She was seamless. She was absolutely the same as she was in the cartoon, and I think, including in that all-important body language. So, I think it's probably because Katie Sackhoff originated that character, and Rosario Dawson, fantastic actress. This is a new interpretation of the character that we know, and you just kind of got to get used to it. I think I'm probably going to kind of get used to it. Yeah, and honestly, it's a very, very minor complaint. Anyway, so Baby Yoda, and that's what I'm freaking calling him, Baby Yoda. I don't mind his name is Grogu. That's fine, but for me, he's Baby Yoda. So we get a bit at the beginning. They're playing with the Force here. That little ball thing on top of the control that he likes. Mando's trying to get him to force grab it from his hand, which is all kind of fun. And there's this really, really nice bit of like very authentic parenting in it, which I really, really dug, where Mando gets into like force grab it from my hand. He goes, yeah, freaking great, and it scares the kid, right? It scares the baby. He's like, oh, he thinks he's done something wrong. That's just something very, very authentic, a very, very authentic part of parenting, and I liked it in there. I really liked it, and it just shows, that like very sweet and tender bond between these two characters, which I think is at the absolute heart of the show. And in general, the bond between Mando and Baby Yoda is just so good. It's so freaking good. I hate to tell you, I think it's mostly down to the incredible puppetry of the Baby Yoda puppet, the performance rather than Pedro Pascal's performance. So honestly, at this point, you can basically put a bucket on anybody's head, and you're getting roughly the same thing. I think. I don't know. I mean, maybe put a bucket on somebody else's head and see how it works out. I don't know. But they're never going to be separated. Mando's all like, we're going to take you to meet a Jedi, and they say go with him, you got to go. Yeah, Mando, the baby are going to be together. And I would have thought, in the future seasons, it's going to move into more like a Star Wars Lone Wolf and Cub, which is kind of what it is now. But you do see why Baby Yoda is so attached to Mando. I get this idea from his perspective. Firstly, obviously, he feels safe with Mando. He feels safe with Mandalorian. He's one of the few people out there who can protect him against a lot of people that want to chop him up and suck out his midi-chlorians and basically not be very nice to him. But moreover, I think life with Mando is kind of fun. Like, Mando gets into like fights and scrapes and all, and he do kind of that first episode where he like puts his hood up on his like floating crib thing. He just seems like he kind of likes the bust ups and the fights, and you do see that at the beginning of this week's episode when they're flying around trying to get to that Jedi temple that Ahsoka Tano sent them to last week, and they can't land. Said, okay, kid, we got to go the last bit with the windows down, and so Mando's jetpacking him to the top of this temple, and Baby was like, yeah, and I just freaking loved it. I think this episode was freaking awesome. I just think I should really I make sure I get that over in this in this review. I don't want to be coy about that whatsoever. So he gets up there. He puts Baby Yoda on the Seeing Stone, and not much. He doesn't really know what to do. Mando's like trying to work out how to start it. Although again, the puppetry is just fantastic. You got Baby Yoda playing with, I assume, a CGI butterfly, and again, awesome, absolutely awesome. And awesome is what I would say is what we're about to see in the rest of the episode, which is just breathtaking Star Wars, which is what we come to expect from Mandalorian, which is great because as he's trying to get trying to get Baby Yoda to connect to the Force or whatever, trying to work out what to do. He sees a ship land, and it's Slave One. Yes, I said it. Slave freaking One. I wanted that Slave One toy so much when I was a kid. Yeah, way more than the troop transporter. But yeah, Slave One lands, and it's like an older, more beat up looking Slave One. I'm like, yeah. So again, Slave One's appearance tops the troop transporter from the end of last season, which I thought was a hoot. I loved it. So Mando goes, okay, kid, we got to get out of here. But Baby Yoda is now communing with the Force. He's in this Force tunnel column thing, and Mando can't get to him. He's trying to get in, can't get to him. He said, okay, kid, I'll try and buy you some time. And then we have people come out of Slave One, and we get this incredible standoff between Boba Fett, and it's so good to see him in it. It's between Boba Fett and Mandalorian, and it's also we got who was it? Fennec? Was it Fenric? Was it the woman, the sharpshooter woman from season 1? And again, this shows you the difference between Mandalorian and Star Trek Discovery, because Mando said because Boba Fett's like, he's been tracking you, Mando. He's been tracking you for a while, apparently to get his armor back. So my first thought is, well, why do you want your armor back? You left it with Timothy Oliphant for, I don't know, however many years it was while he was, in charge of that town. Why do you want it back now? Now, again, this shows the difference in this and Discovery, because if Discovery threw up a question that something didn't make sense, I'd be like, oh, God, this is garbage. I hate this garbage written by people who don't know and don't care about it. When I see it in Mandalorian, I'm like, yeah, there's probably a good reason. And honestly, I don't care. We'll work it out. Whatever is fine. Why? Because this has taken the time hope against hope to build up goodwill, whereas Star Trek Discovery has taken the time just to build up badwill, right? So I look at this with very positive eyes, where I look at the Doctor Who or Discovery with very negative eyes because of the garbage that they fed us, and because of the sheer caviar that Mandalorian is. I think I'm trying to work out, is Mandalorian great in the landscape of 2019 2020, where it was pretty much a franchise wasteland, post-apocalyptic wasteland, or is it good in its own right? I think it's good in its own right. I think this is the caviar of genre. So we got this great Mexican standoff going on. Another franchise I should really take note right here is Doctor Who. They just had this multi-platform marketing initiative where they tried to tell a story in different genre. They had a main story in books, and they were going to do audios and comic books. And honestly, it fell flat on its face. It fell absolutely flat on its face because firstly, it was rolled out very, very badly. There wasn't any real interest in the way it was rolled out. But secondly, and most importantly, the central story didn't engage me. In any way, shape, or form. So I don't really care to go and look up. Go and get other comic books to explain other bits of the story. Whereas here, Mandalorian, I would so buy a comic book or an audio or a novel that would fill in Boba Fett's story from the Sarlacc pit to here. That seems like an interesting freaking story. Interesting freaking story. So, regardless of whatever's in that lost chapter, I'm just really glad he's here, right? I'm really glad we're seeing Boba Fett here. And as I said, he has the that female sharpshooter, Fennec Shand from season 1. Who was killed but isn't, and who cares? And again, this is a note to both Doctor Who and Star Trek. If you want to have kick-ass female characters, which is generally speaking a good thing, you need to believe women can be kick-ass female characters. Well, kick-ass characters, I guess they would be female. But you need to believe it. And I get the impression that people make Discovery and people make Doctor Who don't believe that. They have this vibe, this attitude with them, going, look, it's a woman and she's doing kick-ass thing. I'm like, well, yeah, and they seem very proud of themselves for they're doing something wild and out there. No, it's not wild and out there at all. It's not that impressive. And you should do it exactly the way they do it here, and just have this character happen to be a woman without making her the most central thing in the universe and she's the bestest ever, or just have her be a human being, which I don't think the people in Hollywood know this, but women actually are human beings. Yeah, and black people too. You would have thought they never met any of these people, but apparently, I don't think they have. So yeah. So again, we have this cool Mexican standoff. Fennec has Baby Yoda in her sights, right? And Mando and Boba Fett and Mando are like faced off with each other, and they kind of like begrudgingly trust each other and talk each other down. Boba Fett does it, does it mainly, and just as they're like beginning to like respect each other and work things out. The Empire shows up, and oh boy, that doesn't get good there. We have this troop ship land, and out come the Stormtroopers, right? So it mentions in the recap there was a tracking device placed on Razor Crest. I'm assuming it must be by Carl Weathers, right? Carl Weathers' character, whatever his name is. I mean, it's not going to be Ahsoka Tano or Cara Dune, so I guess it's Carl Weathers. That's the last one. Or it could, I mean, listen, it could be the Mon Calamari guy from a few weeks ago. It's more likely Carl Weathers, right? So the Stormtroopers arrive and they start storming out and stormtrooping, and what follows is just the greatest Star Wars ever. Freaking awesome Star Wars. You got Fenric, pew pew pewing, and taking out all the Stormtroopers, so they come out. Boba Fett as well takes on a bunch of them. He's got this like big Sandman pike thing, battle pike thing, when he smashes them, smashes a bunch into oblivion with. I really don't know what it is, but the episode 2 weeks ago when they raided that Imperial base on whatever that planet was, that to me felt like a bit of a video game. I felt like I was watching a video game that I was playing. It just had that vibe to it. But this week it felt like TV. It felt like cinema. It felt like it was telling a story rather than I was playing a game. So Mando, for his part, it's a little bit useless. He gets himself knocked out trying to get Baby Yoda out from the false tunnel column thing. So then Boba Fett sees Razor Crest. He goes and gets his armor. And we have Boba Fett back in full Boba Fett armor, being Boba Fett, being a badass. He's taking out a bunch of Stormtroopers like without even looking at them. And so the Stormtroopers see him and they run like bitches, because that's what Stormtroopers should do. And quite rightly, they should be running like bitches, because Boba Fett is the best, biggest badass ever. Freaking awesome. And as they're taking off trying to escape Boba Fett, he then blows up both ships with one missile, because he's Boba freaking Fett, and he gives a look to the camera, and you love it. You freaking love it. And so they have a bit of a victory, but that victory is short-lived. That victory is very short-lived, as a shot rings out from lower orbit, blowing up Razor Quest. Bam! Gone! Completely out. Now, I'm not really sorry to see it go, quite frankly. It's okay. I kind of got used to it. But to me, it just looked like a Star Wars ship that was trying to have that Mickey Mouse's silhouette. And I can live with that. They'll always felt that's one of the weakest parts of it. Will he get a new Razor Crest by the end of the season? Who knows? Who knows? Who cares? I kind of hope not. I hope he he gets a different ship. I hope he gets a ship of some sort. Anyway, so then Baby Yoda, he's passed out from communing with the Force, and so the tunnel vanishes, and now he's completely vulnerable. Just as Gus Fring, Moff Gideon, deploys the Dark Troopers. And we heard about the Dark Troopers, now we get to see them, and what the hell are they? They seem to be like part droid, part clone, and infused with Force via lots of midi-chlorians or something like that. Whatever they are, they're cool and they're scary, right? So they swoop down, they grab Baby Yoda, and they're taking him up to Moff Gideon's ship, and Slave One is in pursuit, and he's gonna try and take him out, but obviously Mando says, don't shoot them, because I don't want you to kill Baby Yoda. Quite understandably. And what this is really is just a setup for what's going to be a freaking awesome finale. I'm expecting, I'm hoping, as Mando's going to put together a team to rescue Baby Yoda, which is going to include Cara Dune, and it looks like Bill Barr as well. I kind of liked his character. Boba Fett and Fennec are on board, and doubtless Ahsoka Tano's going to show up. But who else? Who else is going to show up? That big false call went out to Jedi. So is there a certain Skywalker going to make an appearance? Look, Boba Fett said, the Empire's back, so maybe he's going to show up with the Rebellion, or are they the New Republic? Who knows? I kind of get the feeling they are, and it's just another sign of how well this show is doing that I'm not filled with dread. with them showing and bringing in Luke Skywalker, the hope they're bringing in Luke Skywalker. I don't care how they do it. If they're going to de-age Mark Hamill, or they'll deep fake him, or they'll recast him with Sebastian Stan or whoever. This show has built up so much freaking goodwill. I'm just on board to see what the hell they're going to do. So yeah, the point is we're nearing the second season, and this show has not put a foot out of place. Yeah, in a landscape of complete franchise desolation. This is the one jewel in the crown amongst everything, and so yeah, I'm on board for whatever they want to do. I hope this isn't the time they choose to screw up. I don't think it will be. So we end with a really nice, good little scene with Baby Yoda doing falsy stuff, getting a couple of stormtroopers and smashing them around as he's a prisoner of Moff Gideon. Moff Gideon turns up being super evil. He gets the stormtroopers to stun him, and we get to see that cool stun effect. The one they used on Princess Leia in The New Hope. Have we seen that stun effect since then? I don't think so, right? And I like seeing it from a different angle because they can do it better now than they could do it in 1977. Then Baby Yoda is unconscious. They shackle him, and he's in the not too tender care of very, very, very bad people. Whatever is going to come next, I am very, very, very grateful for what we've got so far. I really am. I am so freaking grateful, and I can't bloody wait. I'm super excited. This is an awesome freaking show, an absolute awesome freaking show. I think it deserves all our support. Something else that's awesome and deserves all our support is me. Go and add your email address to the sign up. And yeah, I've said it all before. My name's Elon Beckett, the Rabbi for Another Planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring the little bell so you're notified when new videos drop.